Yeah, talk that talk, but I know you don't want it, nigga. Talk that talk. Who you kidding? You don't want it, nigga. Talk. Start from the top again. Don't roll your eyes. Go ahead.
Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About It. I'm Gregory.
I'm GT.
And I'm Marlena. I'm your cousin. Your favorite.
She's our cousin. Our favorite. This episode we talking about body image. So what do y'all think of when I say the word body image? Like, what's some definitions y'all got?
Just like your outward appearance.
Oh, was that? I don't know if that was it.
I'm looking to you.
Yeah, I would say outward appearance, how you view yourself.
It could be how others view you as well.
Yeah.
That's basically more what it is, like how others.
It's like body shaming. Like,
yeah.
Like, to me, body shaming is what people expect you to look like, so they like shame you for not looking that way. So half the time they don't even look the way they
Not necessarily. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that's what body image is. I think.
No, I said body shaming, not body image.
But I'm saying because you said body image is like body shaming.
Well, no, it's about what she explained what body image is. She said when people, what did you say? I forgot what you said.
I was saying it could be how others view you.
Yeah, and I said that is a form of body shaming too.
Yeah.
Depends on who that individual is that's viewing you. But what you saying?
No, go ahead.
No, that's what I was saying.
I guess the way you see yourself, pretty much, I feel like.
Do y'all feel like social media makes it hard on people that's like insecure, I guess?
I think society makes it hard in general.
Yeah.
On people of a certain size because there is this idea of what you're supposed to look like to be considered attractive. So when you don't fit that, but you've been seeing that like growing up, of course that it's like you kind of have to process that or like kind of unlearn that as you get older.
I agree.
Yeah, I feel like things are changing because, back then it wasn't, you have to be like skinny,
yeah,
be on TV. But now people getting BBLs and stuff. And
that perfect like hourglass ant shape.
Yeah.
Wide hips. What's your opinion on that? Like when people get their body done?
I mean, whatever is going to make you happy and more comfortable. But I think if you're getting it for other people, then that's the wrong reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if it's something you want to do for yourself to make yourself feel better about yourself, I'm all for it. But I think you shouldn't do it to meet some kind of unrealistic standard of beauty that really doesn't exist.
Right.
I think black women, to me, have always had like the shape that a lot of people are going for or have it like naturally. But I feel like just with society and of course internet, and I think really what made the BBL era was Instagram. I think because you see girls with the small waists and the big butts. But yeah, I think that just now people feel like that's what you have to have in order to be
the it girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have y'all, the way y'all think other people view y'all, have that ever like, I guess, affected y'all?
I know for me growing up, I was really insecure because I was really like small. I didn't have no shape at all.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't realize the power that's in their words, like when you're like a child.
Yeah.
Even though they might not mean anything by it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm growing up and I was like, grossly skinny. And I was at my grandma's house and someone was over there that was like a friend of the family, like, oh, you so bony. Don't nobody want that. Like, men want somebody with some meat on their bones or whatever. And that really stuck with me. Like, I really thought I was ugly for a long time because I didn't have the shape that the other black women in my family and that I was around had. So I was like, what's wrong with me?
Yeah. Was this a man that said it or a woman?
No, it was a woman.
Wow.
Probably was hating on you.
I just feel like, sometimes you'll never be good enough for people. Like now I'm older and I have a different shape now. And now it's like, nah, I'm too big. They be calling me fat now. So I'm like, well, what do you want?
You're not big at all. That's crazy how people so opinionated about how somebody else look.
Yeah, like I'll see people I haven't seen in a while. They're like, oh, you sure did gain weight. And I'm like,
yeah, they'll say it like in a joking manner, but they be, every little like joke got a little some like truth behind it.
They got a little shade behind it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
I would say there's like, especially I feel like within our community, a lot of elders feel like they can just speak on weight.
Yeah. That'd be
You
their
know, when they
first
see,
thing.
right,
Like, ooh, you sure is getting big. You sure is getting fat.
right. But if he was to say something about them, it would be disrespectful.
Yeah. And they don't be the smallest either. So I'm like,
Right,
let's calm down a bit.
right. Because I have comments made about my weight from a really young age, mostly from men. And I think that kind of made me insecure. Because now when I go back and look at pictures, like I used to wear jackets a lot, especially when I think probably when I got into middle school, definitely in high school. Like I wore a jacket every day, no matter the weather. But that's just because of comments I heard growing up. But when I look back at pictures, like I was actually skinny. I was like, wow.
And that's kind of sort of a form of body shaming too. Like when somebody like, okay, I know we all guilty of it, but like if somebody wearing clothes that's too tight, like she knows she shouldn't have that on.
Yeah.
That's so we all guilty of it. Like
I definitely am guilty of that. I'm like, just because you can get in it don't mean you fit it.
I know last night y'all probably was going in on people.
I was being very polite.
I think a lot of people also struggle with body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
Like seeing yourself in the mirror and seeing something that is not really what's there, or like feeling bigger than what you really are. Because when I look around, I don't know, I feel like I look big. To me, I could be wrong.
That's what a friend of mine was saying. She was saying when you look in the mirror, you so focused on your flaws that you don't see that,
And that's so true, because I feel like that when I look in the mirror, I feel like I'm bigger than what I am.
Mm-hmm.
Because like when I moved here, I was a size like 2 or 3. And then all of a sudden these like hips came in and now I'm a size 10.
Welcome to Texas.
Yeah, and I look in the mirror, I'm like, damn, you need to go to the gym or something.
Have the way you felt ever stopped you from, well, not like the way you felt, but I guess the way you felt about your body, have that ever stopped you from, I guess, like, well, Greg, like hollering at people? Or
yeah, I think I still am a little bit insecure when it comes to like certain parts of my body I don't like. But so it's weird when like I'll come across somebody who'll be like, well, not weird. They don't even worry about what I'd be worried about.
Yeah.
First, like what I don't like on myself.
You start overthinking.
Yeah. Or even to hear men say that they like that about me, or they find that attractive. But yeah, I think because too in the gay community, like we're just in really dating the world, desirability plays a big part in our society, and it gives you access to certain spaces, and also how you're treated with people.
That's with like, careers too.
Yeah. So I think when you get older and you become more aware of that, and you become more aware of like where you fit into that, and you see how other people are treated, it kind of be like, well, am I not as attractive as that person? So I feel like that's something I compare myself a lot, which is something I've been working on to other people. Well, men, compare myself to men a lot, which is something that I've been working on. Try not to do as much.
Well, what about you, Nina? Have you ever shot a shot?
I do shoot my shot.
Okay.
It's usually slam dunks.
Okay, player.
But it's just because like I'll be around them more and I get the vibe,
Yeah.
But like just off the top, like first meeting someone, yeah, you definitely feel like more insecure and not like, unsure of yourself.
Yeah.
Because, you're always, even though you don't want to compare yourself to other people, you can't help it.
Yeah, that's true.
And then especially moving down here, like you go to brunch or whatever and you see all these baddies and they got the perfect shape. Mm-hmm. They got the hips, they got the heels, they got all that.
Love brunch.
Yeah, and I just had to realize like I'm not that girl. I'm never gonna be that girl that got on the tight dress and the heels or whatever. That's not who I am.
Right.
And you definitely have to look within and really learn to love yourself for who you are and how you are.
Yeah. See, with me, I got a bad habit of saying people out of my league based on looks, because but I I've been working on that too, trying to find more confidence. Cause I don't think I'm an ugly person or nothing like that. I know I ain't the best looking person, but you know I'm big. I've been trying to lose weight. I lost 50 pounds so far. But so yeah, so I feel like my weight is what really hindered me from, I guess, being more social.
Yeah.
I think too, fat phobia, I think is something that too comes into play when it comes to how people view themselves, because the stigma that comes with being a certain size, or um I don't think people really realize how like deep that goes. Like when, because people try to lose weight, of course, when you lose weight, the majority of the time, well, not majority of the time, for most people, it's like you lose weight to become quote like more attractive,
Yeah.
because people associate size with being unattractive.
And isn't it like really bad, like in the gay community, like on the apps, they'll be like no fats,
No fats, no films.
And I think that's in the gay men. Cause I don't never see nothing like that.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
definitely more with men, the no fats, no films. And I think that's another reason to where like I don't really know where I fit into that, because I don't consider myself fat, but I don't consider myself slim, and I don't consider myself like
chubby.
masculine, but I don't consider myself feminine.
Okay.
Well, I don't. Yeah, I guess if I'm writing that
Sorry.
right. So if I come across profiles like that, I don't even interact, because I just feel like I fit that. So it's like, why
Okay.
would I try to?
Yeah.
The way you take your photo, like with her certain angles, have you ever like? Okay, so I know with me, back in the day. Now I don't care, but when I was young, I used to only take face like pictures, cause I was like not ashamed, but
I feel like I still do that. Like I hate full body pictures.
I just don't feel like I'm photogenic. Greg, you very photogenic. You take nice photos.
Very handsome.
That
I ain't
has
saying all
grown.
that. I said-
I don't know, because I think what came with that, because two of my cousins, well, Ryan and Darius, used to like take photos a lot. I think the summer like I spent with them 2013, like they would always take pictures, and they would always like compliment each other in the picture. Like they were both really photogenic, and I don't know. I was like, I want to take pictures or like be like that, like in photos. I think that's when though I didn't really like the way I look. And so I think as I got older and as I started to become a little bit more comfortable with the way I look, um, I so if I take photos, like I don't know, it's like me feeling it in the moment and feeling attractive. So it's like, okay, I want to capture that,
oh,
because
so
I feel it at that time, at that space and time.
And
take a
like,
lot of photos. So
I'll do that, and then I go look at it the next day, and I'm like, this is ugly, and then I delete it.
man, I take like 20, 30 selfies and delete all of them.
Yeah.
Like I don't like none of these.
And I'm like, I need to throw a filter on this. I'm not pretty unless I have something on there, a little extra help.
But I like
Filters.
posting full body photos too, because like I don't want to. You need to see this, so you don't
Yeah,
be
don't be
thinking like I'm
surprised.
skinny.
Don't be
Yeah.
surprised when we meet up. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's why I rather meet somebody in person. I could like, yeah, your looks draw you in, but you know my personality gonna draw you 100 times in.
I'll be so hurt if a nigga was like, you don't look like you doing your pictures. I would
Like, ooh,
be like,
you
ooh.
catfish me.
Right. I would cry. Well, I wouldn't cry, but I'd be like, I would delete my stuff.
I feel like for girls it's worse because it's just like if your hair's not combed the same way it is in the picture, like, oh, you a catfish.
Or makeup, if you got on makeup.
on, you don't got your hair done.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, look, I can't look like this every day.
Right.
I'm just like, I don't know. Love me for my bonnet or don't love me at all.
Right.
All shades of black is beautiful to me, but I just don't like how, I just don't feel like dark skinned women get the praise that they deserve.
They don't. I mean, we just got to break the shackles of that slave mentality.
Yeah, that's
Colorism.
like colorism. Yeah,
Like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's 2022 and y'all still letting white people have the power over y'all.
Right.
Lighter is
I ain't
better.
think of that, but yeah,
Your preference, a lot of people's preference is definitely rooted in colorism and fat phobia as well.
self hatred. I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you have to be a certain size, hair has to be real, nails got to be real, lashes got to be long and real. Like nothing can be fake. And but when it comes to women having standards for men, and most of the time it's just like having money. and they get so butthurt.
And they don't even be having money. He be have a job, and they're
Right.
like, "Oh, what
You a gold digger.
And I'm like,
Oh, she want me to work.
okay.
She want my money. Yeah, like
Like, what I'm gonna do with your McDonald's salary, sir?
But back to body image, would y'all date? Is there like, do y'all date people your size or bigger, or would there be a problem if somebody was like bigger than you?
I actually prefer for them to be bigger than me.
Hmm.
Just like I think I was talking. Did I talk to you about this last night?
I
That
think
was
so.
me and
You and Jerry.
You
And
talk
Yeah.
you talked to me about it too.
yeah, I was like, I like them to be, slightly overweight, like a good,
dad bod.
Yo, look, I said husky.
10 to 20 pounds overweight.
Yeah,
Little cuddly.
yeah,
That's like the ideal for me.
What about you, Greg?
yeah. I've talked to men of all different shapes.
But I mean, I wouldn't like just not talk to someone because it was too skinny. But
Yeah.
I prefer you to
I've talked to men
get a
of
couple
all
sandwiches.
shapes. Like, yeah, I wouldn't say I have a type looks wise, but there are certain body types that I do like. One of those is dad bods, and then one of them is like, I'm trying to
What's
think of like somebody.
what is considered a dad bod?
Um, trying to think of like, I don't want to name nobody we know.
Like, I don't know, like, they have like kind of like that, like their arms look kind of muscular, but they have like the belly.
Right, you can tell they played sports or was active in some way,
Yeah,
but they
then they
have
let it go.
yeah,
All
It
right.
sounds bad when you say it like that, but
right.
I was trying to think of somebody. I think like a
Like
a
50 Cent now.
oh, okay.
50 Cent still.
He got a little
Yeah.
Man,
chubby.
still,
Yeah,
man, still
he's
got a little.
yeah.
He's still a little swollen.
I mean, he has his definition, but
I can't think of nobody. I'm trying to think who got a dad bod.
let me see if I can find a picture. Oh, but like I just like I like thick men. Yeah, I just like thick men. Thick arms, thick legs.
Like Winston Duke.
Perfect
Yes.
example of a thick
I don't
man.
know who that is.
And
He was in
us, the
Black
dad.
Panther.
Well,
All right, yeah, I'm gonna look him up because I
or even Brian T. Henry,
don't know that.
you know, from ATL.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The cousin, like that size too. It's like
You said Winston what?
Winston Duke. From Us. You saw that movie. We went to the theater and saw
This
that.
nigga is muscular. You talking Black
he's not
Panther?
muscular.
Okay, but his thighs is thick. If you scroll down, you got a picture of some little shorts.
Mm-hmm. I just saved the TikTok.
This dude is fit.
He is
Yeah, I
not
said
fit.
dad. This dude is fit.
Okay, but like thick like that, but like without the abs.
I was just, okay.
And with more belly.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I see it a little bit.
Yeah,
Like,
see, he little,
Hold up.
It's still, it's not overweight, but all right.
I said
So-
without the abs.
The service in here is not great, but I'm trying to find like. So I'll save TikTok, just like.
I'll be saving TikToks too.
So this is one like that type.
Yeah.
I like that body
okay.
type.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is like a favorite body type. A little bit more belly though, not as much like muscle as he has.
Okay. 'Cause I hear people saying they like.
Right.
I hear people saying they like dad bods, but I just never like really knew what that looked like.
Oh, okay.
Now I see though. For me, I don't have a type. I like what I like. Like,
Oh, okay.
hold on.
Where's another video?
What do you think my type is, Lena? Honestly, for real, for real.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't think I have a type. I just
I will say
this
up
too,
until
sorry.
recently, I thought you had a type.
don't say what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like perfect.
Like Kevin Gates, kind of.
Before
How he
he
used to
got,
look?
yeah, how he used to look. Yes, that's
I got
actually
you.
perfect.
But Lena,
What?
before what you thought it was before then? Don't say white women. I know you're not about to say that. Oh,
Yes.
I don't understand. I don't understand how you base one relationship on what some like. First of all, she was
Okay.
mixed.
Well, white.
You can't base one relationship on like right. But
I would say I thought your type was fair skinned,
oh, you like light skin? Like light skin?
light skinned or white. Light skinned to white. With bright eyes.
I can say I thought you like white men. I ain't gonna lie.
I do.
Oh, you do? Oh, shoot. I don't like white girls, so
That's not all I like though. But I thought you exclusively only liked like
because of
white.
that, because of the one person I was with.
Yes.
Really?
And then I thought the other person was white too. I didn't know they were mixed.
You like women with cute shapes. I don't think you would date a certain type. Like you wouldn't date a woman who was, I don't know. I think you like women with cute shapes, smaller women.
No, I like thick women.
I've never seen you fawn over a thick woman.
I don't have a type. It's whatever. If I like you, I like you. I always, the looks draw you in, but it's always the personality that does it for me. Like I said, I didn't date white women, but it was a great personality, so I did what it do. But yeah,
okay.
Body
I don't
image.
I mean,
Colorism doesn't really fit. Well, it does in a way.
find anything to complain about. Your hair, your titties, your ass,
Well, yeah,
like everything.
yeah.
Like people just really are never satisfied.
People are opinionated about the wrong things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, mind your business.
So at the end of the day, I feel like that doesn't matter because beauty fades. It doesn't last forever.
Yeah.
It does. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just lost my train of thought.
Sorry. But like how Lizzo will post herself in bikinis and how people like hate seeing it.
Yeah, but if someone smaller does it, they don't have
It's
a problem
fine,
with
right?
it.
Yeah.
It's like they automatically assume just because of her size, like
Yes. And then they
disgusting
try
or
to
she's
say,
unhealthy.
they go, oh, well, I don't think anybody should be doing it. And I'm like, you saying that now because she's posting it, but when a small person posts the same thing, you don't have anything to say about, oh, nobody should be doing this.
Right.
They're just picking at her because she's a bigger woman.
Right. Or because they think she's not in shape. But I know I couldn't get on stage for hours and perform and do all that she does.
Yeah.
And like, I want to be out of breath.
And honestly, she eats better than all the people that be having something to say about her. She's literally vegan.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know why people associate. I mean, yeah, it's I guess the majority of people that is overweight unhealthy, but people always associate unhealthy, like big people being as unhealthy.
And a
You got-
small person can be just as unhealthy.
Have a heart attack. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
just because you skinny don't mean you healthy. Like,
Yeah, it does not mean that at all.
I know some of the. I was like, I know some of the skinniest people eat the worst food.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can eat like 2 boxes of pizza and skinny as hell.
I think genetics just also play a part in
My bad. Edit that out.
in the way you develop. Like some people would just never be skinny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some people wouldn't look right skinny anyway.
Yeah. I think that's true. A lot of people do look better with weight. But I don't know. I think really just a lot of things need to be unlearned when it comes to body image and fatness. Like for example, I didn't know that was actually like stems from what is it? From I don't want to get it wrong. I want to say from like colonization from like white people. Like feeling like you have to look a certain way in order to be like considered attractive.
That really is what it is because, I mean, look at it. If you go back a couple years, well, not a couple years, but like 20, 30 years, nobody wanted to have a big butt.
Right.
Why? Because historically, white women did not have
Big booties.
ass and hips like that.
Right.
Like, oh my God, that's gross. And they set the standard. They set the standard for shapes and for hair. That's why people always flat iron their hair and feel like they got to have that European look.
Because that's what we see. Well, that's what they see back. You know, black people wasn't on TV back then, so
Yeah.
they seen the white woman and assume this is what beauty's supposed to look like.
Yeah. And so now they decided that they like that now. So they all going and getting the shots and the BBLs and the long nails.
The lips.
And everything else in the lips. Everything they called us ugly for is what they want now. So now it's trendy and it's acceptable now because the white people have done it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, move around me with that.
Yeah. And then too, this is kind of different, but like, it was this TikTok I came across of this girl, plus size girl, saying she don't like when people say like, when she wears something like that's kind of revealing, people say like they wish they had her confidence, and it made me think like, well, that is kind of like a backhanded compliment because you're saying that like, of my size, like if you was my size, you wouldn't
shouldn't be
like
doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
That is a backhand. Yeah, like you better than me. That's like a
Right.
backhanded compliment. Yeah.
And black people love saying that.
Mm-hmm.
But I've had to learn that too, I guess, when I see people. All just because I wouldn't wear it because of my size doesn't mean somebody else shouldn't wear what they
Right.
want because of their size.
Well, then that compliment can be genuine too. Like maybe they really wish they was confident enough to do that.
But you're only saying they're confident in what they wear because of their size. Would you say that if they were skinny, like, I always share your confidence?
Because when they skinny, you be like, oh, girl, you look so cute.
Right. You wouldn't say, like, I always share your
Yeah.
confidence. You're only saying that because they're a certain size.
But what if it's? I don't know. I think it could go both ways.
Mm,
Of course, it's not intentional, but I can see how can be taken like it's.
it's like, people don't understand the power of their words. Like
Yeah.
what
Right.
the underlining, like, meaning is behind it.
Yeah. Your tongue is like what you speak. Like you said, when you was a child, that set with you to you. Like even now, like it's
Yeah, even now, still to this day,
Yeah.
I be like having issues, but I'm trying to get over it. I'm too old to still be giving a fuck what people think.
I wonder how would you get over being like, I know when I was little, I was overweight I've been overweight all my life, but when I was little, I didn't get picked on in school or nothing like that. But you do hear like certain family members try to be like, you should maybe you should try like
And
lose weight or go on a
Speaking of
diet.
school, I was like Gregory. I always wear a jacket because
Uh-huh.
I was insecure with my arms because they were like really
Skinny.
skinny. When I'd come here for summers, people would walk up to me and grab my arm and do this to it,
Yeah.
know? And one day I went to school and I didn't wear my sweater. And then the next day I came to school and like everyone was in a circle talking in my first period. And they were talking about me. They're like, oh, you know that girl, Marlena with the glasses? You saw her? She normally wears a hoodie and yesterday she didn't have it on. Oh my God. You saw her arms and da-da-da. Like basically called me anorexic and stuff. And like,
Damn.
it like really stuck with me. And even now to this day, I still wear a
Sweater.
jacket
To cover your
most of
arm.
the time to cover my arms.
Yeah.
My arms are bigger now, but I still just feel a type of way
Yeah.
about my arms.
Like, I still wear a jacket subconsciously. Not as much, but I think I do, like, love jackets with my outfits, I will say. But I think a part of me does wear it, too, because just, like...
And I have tattoos on my arms. And people, like, I meet people and they don't know I have tattoos for like a whole year or two because I always have my arms covered.
Yeah.
Like my coworkers were like, Marlena, I didn't know you had tattoos. I've been working with them for 2 years. And I'm like, oh, you didn't? Oh, okay. Well, I do.
Yeah, people should definitely be more
Aware.
sensitive of what,
Yeah.
but that too, like, people act like black people can't suffer from anorexia, that you have to be a certain size in order to suffer from it. It's people who are bigger who suffer from anorexia,
Yeah.
black people specifically. So I think that's a conversation, well, something that's not really talked about a lot either.
Right.
Because I remember, what was that? Like from College Hill, the guy in there, the gay guy from,
Kyle.
yeah. He would like, I think he suffered from that because he would like make himself throw up after every meal.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that bulimic?
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't like him, so I ain't care. That nigga was a bully. I don't like him.
Is that the one that wanted to fight the girl about the ribs?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
what he got mad for? He was gonna throw it up anyway.
I ain't like him, so I couldn't stand
But
it.
people act like black people cannot struggle or don't go through those things. That
I feel like
It's
a lot of
funny.
them don't realize they have an eating disorder either.
That's true. I agree.
They're like, oh, I'm just pushing back from the table a little bit. And I'm like, when was your last meal?
Right.
No.
You have to eat still.
Definitely.
And not eating is not a good way to lose weight because once you do finally eat, you're going to gain that weight back quickly because you did it the wrong way to lose the weight.
It's the book that my therapist recommended. I forgot the name of it. I think I have it in my journal, but it's basically like about dieting and about the culture of dieting and how it can be harmful. I didn't finish it, but it was definitely really informative. One book she recommended is called Fearing the Black Body, Origins of Fat Phobia, which is, I still need to read that.
Mm.
But it was another one that I checked out. I'm going to have to, dang it, maybe in the next episode, if I remember, I'll talk about it. But yeah, it basically just talks about the dangers of diet culture and that it's not really as helpful as people think it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely informative and kind of like changed the way I just viewed what being healthy looks like.
Okay.
I got a question since we talking about body image. How y'all feel about what Chris Rock said about Jada Pinkett Smith knowing that she got what she has? Like, honestly, I know people probably sick of hearing about it, but I just want y'all opinions on it.
I mean, the joke wasn't funny to me.
Chris
Rock isn't funny to me.
I love Everybody Hates Chris. I love that show, but Chris Rock as a comedian is just not funny to me.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. But she was clearly bothered by it.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you think he got what he deserved?
People get slapped every day.
Yeah, I hate that. People talking about, I'm traumatized. Like, bro, come on.
How are you traumatized by a slap that didn't happen to you?
Yeah, like the nigga balled his fist up and punched him. It was a slap.
It was a slap, and he stood there and took the slap. He had every opportunity.
I would have tackled him
around and avoid the slap.
Yeah.
You just stood there and took the slap.
Yeah.
I think I don't like that people are saying like, he's a comedian, that's what he does, but you can't tell somebody who's the butt of the joke how to feel about the joke.
Exactly.
And then two, people are like, well, comedians are saying, well, does that mean like people are gonna come up and hit me? Like, sure, whatever that woman name is. She was like, somebody can come to the stage and slap me because I'm saying a joke. If that's the case, if you fear that,
don't say
we
nothing.
still go to the movies, even though people have shut up theaters. Still go to school, even though men have shut up schools.
Still go to work, even though niggas come to work shooting people, co-workers.
Like, you really scared of getting? You more scared of getting slapped than getting shot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, let's not act like white people haven't shown violence their whole existence.
I'm pretty sure Chris Rock said in one of his stand-ups, nobody's above getting an ass whooping.
He did,
and he learned that day he not above.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, okay, I don't agree with Will Smith did. Like, I don't agree with it only because
he shouldn't have slapped him right then and
on
there
TV.
on
like,
TV.
Yeah, you could have wait till he went to backstage.
Yeah.
Maybe size him up backstage. Like, be professional with it at least.
Like, have some decorum.
Yeah, but I understand why he did what he did.
I think it's like, I mean, if you're gonna embarrass my wife on TV while the camera's rolling, I'm gonna embarrass you while the camera's rolling.
Yeah.
And I don't like the whole narrative of like making us look bad in front of white people. It is nothing that we can do to change the way white people view us.
Stop shucking and jiving for these white people.
I ain't gonna lie. I said the same thing because I say this: if Chris Rock was a white comedian that said what he said, no way Will Smith would have got up there and slapped him.
Yeah.
That I don't like how, to me, they show more respect for white people in that industry, like the actors and stuff. If that was Jim Carrey that said that about Jada Pinkett, he would not went up there and slapped him.
I think he would have slapped Jim Carrey.
I don't think so.
We don't know. I think we don't know what he would have done. Because I didn't even think he would do that. Nobody thought he would do that.
Yeah.
So
Chris Rock been making jokes about them. I think it was all.
I think that's what it is too, because he been making jokes about Jada and like.
Yeah, like just been like
messing with her.
Yeah. I honestly feel like if it was a white dude, it wouldn't happen.
I mean, all I know is if it was me, I would hope that my significant other would stand up for me.
Yeah.
You don't got to go up there and like slap him in front of the whole world, but maybe backstage rough him up a little bit. I don't know. But they dragging it. They making it a bigger deal than what it needs to be.
I seen people on Twitter talking about that she probably looked at him and said, "Well, Tupac would have done," and that's what made her get up there and do it. But yeah,
the funniest season, they're like, they're doing this in front of Beyonce, and that was my whole thing. Like,
I'm just like,
my sister don't come at the house like that.
I'm just like, I'm Lupita in the background, like.
Her reaction did let me know it was real because she was like
shocked.
She didn't know how to react.
She was like,
that made it very funny.
And then they showed Jay-Z. Like, I'm like, oh, he having flashbacks of Solange
in the elevator.
I think everybody should have just, if Lupita hasn't said anything, why are y'all saying stuff? Y'all just running yourselves. And Zoe Kravitz.
Ooh, man, don't even get me started on her. No.
I was a fan.
This the same one that was lusting after Jaden Smith as a child, and she was a grown adult.
And her daughter dated a girl that was 17 when he was in his 30s, or
who daughter?
I mean, he did. Lenny Kravitz.
Oh, okay.
He was dating some like girl who was basically a teenager when he was in his 30s.
Yeah.
But like, that's why you should have kept your mouth shut. Now people coming for your whole family and outing you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like I was a fan. Now I was like,
girl, you should have said
but
that.
I don't expect that from somebody who doesn't really identify
As black.
as like with black people.
Yeah. Our
So-
audience is not the black. I just feel like people are being overdriven. Even Wanda Sykes, like, I'm traumatized. Like, come on,
Shut
man.
up.
There's no way slapping.
Yeah.
It's just getting blown over. It's like blown out of proportion to me. It's just a slap. Get over it. I hate that people keep saying it's fake. That's annoying too. Like, if it's fake, I don't think it's fake. I think
They fooled me.
Yeah, I'm about to say, and they talking about their actors. I'm like, well, Chris Rock is not a good actor to me, so that's,
He not.
but yeah. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all can follow me on all social media. Well, not all. Follow me on Instagram at Natasha GT Johnson. Follow me on Twitter at Tasha GT Johnson.
Y'all can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Good Life Greg. I don't know if you want to shout out.
Oh, you don't want?
Medias.
I'm like, I don't.
You
Look, if y'all have any like suggestions of what topics we should hit, let us know. Like, comment, and subscribe. And once again, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
Yeah, talk that talk, but I know you don't want it, nigga. Talk that talk. Who you kidding? You don't want it, nigga. Talk that talk. Too bad we know you're frontin'. Yeah, you talk that talk, but you don't walk that. Nah, talk that talk. 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 Talk that talk, but you don't walk that. Nah, I bring them haters out. I bring them haters out.